Hi, Ayush. How's it going?
Hey, Casey.
How you doing?
Great. I'm great. I'm here, right? So what could be better?
Yeah, thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So a question I have for you today is,
Okay.
as a potential buyer,
Mm-hmm.
what are the steps I can take before even meeting with a realtor to get ready for that buying process?
Yeah. And that's super useful if you're a buyer, that you get into the process a little bit and you invest yourself in the process even before you talk to a realtor. And a couple of things that I always recommend that are really easy to do is, one, the whole conversation starts and ends with numbers, right? So you want to figure out, obviously you're going to talk to lenders and figure out what you qualify for, but realistically the number that matters to you a lot is going to be your monthly number. What I mean by that is, how much of your monthly income can you spare towards a mortgage payment? So, what are your expenses? You're obviously going to want to save some towards savings and things like that. Is there any amount that you need to set aside besides that? And whatever's left over, that number is essentially what you can afford to pay for a mortgage each month. So it's important to get a hold of that number and not get caught up with the big sticker price of the house purchase price, but this is the number that impacts you the most. So, really take into account what you're spending each month, what you can cut out, what you can save, and arrive at that number, and that's always a good guiding light for you in terms of what you can and can't afford. The second thing is, especially with San Diego, with so many different neighborhoods, so many different parts of the city, there's a lot of diversity in this city, and the city is really changing right now. There are neighborhoods that don't look anything like they did 5 years ago and probably won't look anything like they look right now in 5 years. So if you're a buyer, I highly recommend make a day out of it. Go out to this neighborhood that you're considering, that you've liked houses in online. Grab lunch, take your dog for a walk. Walk through the neighborhood and markets and things like that, and get a feel for if this is somewhere you see yourself living. Your average home buyer lives in a house for, 5 years or so? So you're spending a significant amount of time here. And that's an investment. So make sure that you are invested in the neighborhood that you're going to be living in, and spend some time. And it's a great way to spend a weekend with your loved ones. So it's a fun activity.
Yeah.
I think these are two things that are really important. It really helps you pin down the crux of what your search is going to be, what you can afford, and then where you want to be. So if you have a grasp on these two, even before you meet with a realtor, one, you're welcome, whoever this realtor is going to be, because I just helped you along the process so much. But as a buyer, it's going to really benefit you, and it's going to really help you figure out what you do and don't want, which is really helpful when you come in a situation where it might be a multiple offer situation. You might have to go over asking. It really makes it clear for you as to whether this particular house in this particular neighborhood at a monthly cost of X amount, if that's worth it or not. And having that clarity is priceless. So those are two things I'd recommend any buyer out there to get going with.
Yeah, and a common thing with you is preparation. I feel like it's preparation. So I mean,
what does it say? It's when success is when preparation meets opportunity. So if you take one part of that and you already have it shelved away, then you're just waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Casey. It's been great as always.
Yeah. That was Ayush Vats.